Thank you, Omar. I'd also like to recognize the presence of Mrs. Pauline Knight, the Deputy Director of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, Mrs. Vera from the Jamaica Business Development, JBDC. Thanks again, Omar. Expo Jamaica is Jamaica's premier trade show, which not only focuses on developing the local market, but is also vested in making Jamaica a net exporter instead of a net importer. In this vein, I invite to the podium, Mr. Vitus Evans, President of the Jamaica Exporters Association, to make an address.
Do I need this at all, Mr. Chairman? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I hope you will see with me, Mr. Chairman, that in the interest of time, that I could benefit from yours and President Omar's good work and simply say all protocol observed, since your Omar has actually more or less recognized everyone else in the House. So let me simply say good morning all. It is indeed our pleasure at the Jamaica Exporters Association to join hands and hearts with our partners, the Jamaica Manufacturers Association and Jamaica Trade and Invest, in hosting the most prestigious, exciting, and diversified exposition in the Caribbean. I speak of none other than Expo Jamaica 2010. We are committed to an exposition whose tradition of excellence speaks volume about the high-quality products, skills, talent, and dedication of our people. We are at the JEA committed to superior customer service, best quality products, and sound business practices. And therefore, we're very pleased to be organizers of an event which places us in touch with manufacturers, exporters, and buyers who share similar values, output, and expectations. We look forward to an overwhelming support from local, regional, and international buyers and potential business interests. I urge us to view Expo 2010 as a vehicle for reinvigorating our manufacturers and exporters to reach for higher heights in our business pursuits. This exposition is a vital tool in facilitating new market opportunities and encouraging Jamaican consumers to support our local brands and ultimately keep Jamaicans employed. Expo 2010 is a potent and timely reminder that the export sector needs all hands on deck in the face of contracted markets and stiff economic hurdles brought on by the global recession. As a result of global economic meltdown, there has been a noticeable reduction in external demand for Jamaican goods and services. In fact, the good-producing sectors and industries registered decline of 7.6% and 0.7% respectively during October to December last year. For the January to December period, non-traditional export declined by 46.63%, dropping from US $1,048 million in 2008 to US $590.4 million for the corresponding period last year. Fresh produce exports slumped by 21%, moving from 36 million kilos in 2008 to $28.5 million in 20 kilos in 2009. Exporters continue to face serious challenges such as declining domestic sales, some non-tariff barriers, and new market entry requirements with respect to food safety and export security measures. Minister, we welcome the drop in interest rates, and we hope the trend will continue so that our interest rates will be in line with the island's export competitors, thereby placing us on a more level playing field. Mr. Chairman, the only way out of our national debt is to produce more and export more. In other words, we must earn our way out of our debt. However, to achieve this, there are some important factors to be addressed. We must increase efficiency, tap into innovative financing, expand our reach into existing export markets, as well as explore new export markets. The JEA, as a lead partner of the National Export Strategy, urges all key stakeholders to come on board so we can realize the intended objectives, such as diversification of our export products and markets, increase the export sector's contribution to GDP and employment for an increase of the export of high-value, non-traditional goods, an increase in the contribution of service exports as a percentage of overall exports. Sure enough, our markets in CARICOM and North America have been shrinking in recent times. But what of the emerging markets of the Far East and Latin America? We must quadruple our efforts in increasing our traditional and non-traditional exports by all reasonable and creative means necessary. Let us beef up our exports to Brazil, China, and India, the BRC economies. In search of new markets, the JE has submitted a proposal to the European Union to administer a project to create a framework for sustainable development and expansion of exports to Europe. The project is aimed at stimulating support for processed foods, agriculture, aquaculture, and entertainment industries. The program is designed to provide assistance in market and other critical support for the target sectors. Our proposal is to improve the beneficiary company's capacity to access adequate and consistent supply of raw material, provide institutional strengthening to public sector agencies responsible for key facilitation services to comply with market access requirements in the EU, and finally, to build relationships with technical support agencies to bring exporters up to date on the new technologies and best practices in the export market. The JEA is still in discussion with the European Union with a view to commencing the program as soon as the required funding is in place. As we intensify our efforts to assist in the creation of an export-friendly economic environment in Jamaica, we are seeking to identify funding for initiatives in the priority industry and cross-cutting sectorial action plans of the National Export Strategy. We have held resource mobilization sessions to provide an opportunity for donor agencies and other lending institutions to be informed of resources required by the various sectors to address their challenges. Let us work together to implement the NES as a vehicle for economic advancement. Jamaicans have been blessed with a strong spirit of entrepreneurship, and Jamaica continues to innovate to create niche products that have international acclaim. Other blessings for this country are our advantageous position in the major shipping routes to North America and Europe, as well as our excellent seaport and airport infrastructure. Our love for our country should inspire no less than a renewed export thrust on our part. Our current turbulent economic climate underscores that need. Let us increase our resilience and our productivity. Once again, we look forward to Expo Jamaica 2010, a wonderful opportunity to showcase the strength of the Jamaican brand, and a superb experience awaits us all. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.